Hello students, welcome to Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University. We are discussing about operations management in that block 5 unit 19 which talks about the stores management. When we are talking with the stores management, it is in connection or in addition to the materials management. Why? Because how we are ordering the materials, how we are managing and who is supplying, what are the different methods we follow in ordering the materials. In that connection, once we receive the material, how are we going to store them? What is the different sources of stores management? What are the different requirements we are going to understand in the next session or next class or next sequence of few minutes. So, in this connection, first let us understand role of stores in organizations. What is the role the stores plays in the organization of manufacturing industry? In any organization, production or service, whatever it may be, either production or service, procurement and storing of materials plays a significant role. Why? Because as soon as the raw material whatever we have ordered cannot be sent to the production to the factory immediately. Then what is the need? Then how to maintain them? Where to store them? There comes the question of storage. There comes the question of warehouse. There comes the question of go down. So, here when we are talking about the raw material procurement, then immediately comes into the picture of stores house or stores management. So, here it is mandatory to have stores. So, if you look at your purchase process flow, as soon as you purchase, you receive the raw material, you will check them whether whatever the raw material you have ordered are received or not, or whatever the raw material we received are as per the order what we made or not. Now comes the store or the issue of production. Here we will store. Why? Because whatever material comes is not released to the production immediately. It will be released on the basis of different methods. So, here the key point is storage is a valid aspect of materials management. With proper management and coordination, storage contributes to effective operations. Why? Because if you have proper storage operations and if you have proper management in the stores management, then there is then only possibility of contribution to effective operations or effective production takes place. Now, what is a store? Because first we need to know what is store actually. So, it is a building where goods are kept. It is a building or it is a godown or it is a warehouse where goods are stored or kept. So, here we have given different definition, that is store management definition. To receive materials, protect them while in storage from damage and unauthorized removal, issue the materials in the right quantities at the right time to the right place and provide the services promptly at least cost. So, here stores management is the most important management role or the role which looks after the storage of raw materials. Why? Because it should not get damaged, it should not be unauthorized, it should not be removed. Whenever you issue the materials, it has to be issued in the right quantities, at the right time and also to the right place. So, these all the things or these all operations has to be taken promptly in order to have stores management. So, if you note here, if you look at there, the term stores covers all aspects of preservation of goods, the buildings, supplies and the act of storing. This all comes under the term called stores. Now, what are the benefits of efficient storage? If you look at here, the what are the benefits means ready accessibility of material, permitting efficient service to users. Because the main advantage is if you are properly doing the stores management, as and when you require the raw material at the factory place, as and when you require the material at the production place, you can immediately issue them. That is ready accessibility. And also efficient space utilization and flexibility of arrangement. So, the stores management even helps this also. Next is reduced need for materials, handling equipment, minimization of materials deterioration and pilferage and ease of physical counting. So, this stores management properly help ease of. So, if you look at here, these are the advantages that are available for efficient storage. So, ease of physical counting is also helps in the stores management. And what are the main objectives of stores management? Uninterrupted supply. If you are following the proper and exact method of stores management, You can uninterruptedly supply the raw material as and when required. Ensure materials available without any delay, and also prevent stock issues. Avoid overstocking and understocking. What happens if you are going for understocking? You will be stock out, production stops, and if you are going for overstocking, the place is occupied and unnecessary occupancy takes place in the storehouses. Next is safe handling. Ensure proper handling and prevent damage. Even stores management helps in having proper handling and also prevent damage. Protection, it protects from pilferage, theft, fire, etc. If you are following proper stores management methods, you can see that there is no theft, there is no fire that takes place. And it also minimizes the cost of storage, continuous control, which ensures proper control over materials, and space optimization, effective utilization of storage space, and personal efficiency, which optimize efficiency of store personnel. And if you look at here, we have the following are the key functions which goes into the stores management. They are receive raw materials and maintain accounts, provide adequate storage and preservation, meet demands through proper issues and consumption accounting, and also minimizes obsolescence, surplus and scrap. Why? Because why this is main function? Because when you are having stores management in the effective manner, you will not keep the raw material which is not required, which does not goes into the production. You will update them as soon as, and see that the raw material which is obsolete or outdated from the market will not go into the production of our particular product. And also see that if you are following the proper methods of materials issue or pricing of materials or methods of materials, in that you will see that there is no surplus that is available in the warehouse, and also scrap can be reduced. Highlight stock accumulation and abnormal consumption, ensure good housekeeping, assist in verification and provide information for purchases. And if see, the stores management has been divided into 4 sections. In that, the first one is receiving section, storage section, accounting section and issue section. These 4 sections work together to have proper and effective management of stores in materials. So, if you look at your receiving section, receiving and checking materials, inspecting and recording, preparing goods inward notes, handling damaged goods and forwarding to storage locations. So, receiving sections looks after all these activities. When you look at the storage section see the protect against damage or any destruction, proper identification, stamping or coding, color coding and painting, easy location of items and safe preservation. And in the next you look at the accounting section. In accounting section, it sees that they maintain the proper records that are available and track receipts and issues, inventory control processes, quantity and value tracking, documentation and management takes place in the accounting section. And if you look at the issue section, in the issue they look at the issue of authorized requisitions, whatever comes from the factory place or the production place, update bin cards immediately. This all comes under this issue section. Is nothing about the material issue. What we were discussing about FIFO, LIFO, weighted average, simple average, base methods, reorder quantity, minimum level, maximum level, this all comes under the issue section. In the issue section only we will look after the issue records, ensure proper distribution and track material movements. Next, key factors for planning. So, the factors which are planning for the stores management are easy receipt, storage and disbursement, adequate capacity for future expansion, clear identification and quick location, good lighting to prevent errors, segregation of different merchandise, minimum handling and transportation, efficient space and height utilization, protection from waste and pilferage, first in first out control. See, this is what we were talking, first in FIFO method in the show of material, first in first out, LIFO method, last in first out, weighted average method, simple average pricing methods, and also safety as part of facility plan. So, these are the key factors for the planning of proper stores management. Next is types of stores. When you look at these types of store, the first is functional stores. So the name, it's based on function of material stored. So functional stores means name on the name of based of function of materials. Example, you can just look at your fuel stores, chemical stores, raw material store, refractory stores. Means on the name of what is the function of that material, the name has been given to that, that is functional stores. Because fuel is fuel store, chemicals means chemical store. Next comes physical stores. Here physical stores, these are names based on size and location. Based on the size of stores or based on the size of godown, based on the size of warehouse and the location where it is existing, based on that it is decided. Example, we can call it a central store, sub store, department store or open yard store, where they are existing based on the location as well as the size. Next is department based stores. Here named after departments they serve, for which department they are serving or for which department they are working, based on that they will decide what is the name to be kept, that is departmental based stores. Example, you have construction stores. It means the store is the place where we store the material which is related to the construction activities. Next one is rolling mill stores. So here we keep or we store those material which are related to the rolling mill. So like this we have. So what are the types of stores we have? Functional stores, physical stores, department based stores, and the next one is nature based stores. So we have 4 types of stores and the last one is nature based. Here the nature based means based on minerals or the nature of minerals we are using. Example, we have general stores, perishable stores means where only perishable goods can be stored, inflammable stores and reject stores. So this is how the types of stores names have been given to them. Next comes comparison. Under comparison we have centralized stores and decentralized stores. When we talk about the centralized stores, we have certain advantages as well disadvantages. Even when you look after the decentralized stores, similarly we have advantages as well as we have. Now let's look at the differentiation and also the comparison between the centralized stores and the decentralized stores. If you look at the centralized stores, we have less manpower needed because it is very centralized. It's at one point the powers are being kept. The powers are kept with the management itself. So it is a less manpower is needed and better control over materials because there are only some specific people who will be looking after the material. Next is less total space required, lower total inventory and lower clerical cost. And if you look at the disadvantages of centralized stores, we have maybe far from some department. For example, the store is very far. Maybe the finance department is somewhere in the main head office. So it is very far to reach that particular place. That is one of the disadvantages we can consider. And the next one is greater delivery time. It will take a lot of time because one person is taking and it may be taking a lot of time to reach actual person, the delivery time, because the person who is looking after may not be in the actual workplace where the worker is working, and a longer waiting time and time wastage for personnel. So these are disadvantages which can be considered for the centralized stores. And the next one is decentralized stores. Under decentralized stores, the advantages are less cost for moving materials. Why? Because it's power is being distributed. We have given decentralized stores, we are keeping the stores at different places, not at the one place. Wherever the office is there, wherever the manufacturing is taking place, there we kept one store. Wherever the marketing store department is there, we kept one store. So what is happening? The movement of material is very less cost. It does not take for, as when you compare to the centralized store, there is only one store where the material is been stored, and to release or to send to the different place, it used to take a very it is of more cost also. When it's decentralized, we can reduce the cost, low cost of operations will takes place. And also here under decentralized stores, shorter delivery time and also closer to departments. They were very close, wherever the department was, there is a store that is available, and also avoids overcrowding and quick access for users. And when we talk about the disadvantages of decentralized stores, we have more manpower is needed. Why? Because we are setting up or setup of stores are being done at different departments. So when your setup is done for stores of different departments, then you need, for every store you need manpower who should work, and there should be some person who should look after or supervise those people, and more total space is required and higher total inventory takes place when it compared to the decentralized stores compared to the centralized stores. So this is how we can compare between the centralized stores and as well as between the decentralized stores. Next, three basic ways of locating stock. How do you locate a stock? So under this, first one is fixed location. The ways of locating stock is, first one is fixed location. Under fixed location, goods of a particular type have an exclusive assigned position. Means in the store we have fixed this. The first rack is for the material type 1, and the rack 2 is for material type 2, and rack 3 is for material type 3. So it is very pretty clear that as soon as you entered the store, the first rack belongs to the material 1, second rack is for material 2. So we know the place is fixed, and assignment basis is by supplier it would be done, or by similarity of items, or by joint issue of items, or by size and frequency of use. And it is very easy to find, but space wastage when stock is low. Suppose you have allotted one total rack for material X, and rack 2 for material Y, and rack 3 for material Z. Suppose X material is totally went into the production, but we do not require Y material that much how it was used for the material X. So in that case, what we do, we do not, the space that is been given or preserved for material X is wastage. So there is a lot of wastage of space takes place in the case of fixed location in the ways of locating stock. Next is random location. Items stored in any available storage position. Better space utilization, that is the benefit we can take, but there is a demerit, that is requires detailed location records. What is happening in the random location? Wherever the place is left over or wherever you find the space, you are just putting the material. But when you want to take that material, you will take a lot of time wastage takes place. And whenever you are putting like that in the random way of materials in the godown or in the store, you have to maintain the records, because to easy access and to have easy accessibility. Only the thing is that one. And the third one is zoned location. Here under zoned location, product groups kept in a given area, means they are it's a combination of both fixed and random, both. You can call it as a dual aspect also. So here organized by category or flexible within zones. So it is like that in the zoned location, wherever if there is space is there, we will store it, or otherwise we give that particular place to the particular product itself. These are the basic ways of how do you locate the stores or material. Next is layout patterns. How do you store actually? How do you keep the stores, whatever the material you are having? So if you just look at here, we have comb type layout. You know the comb, how it will be look, one straight strip will be there, and to that all the one side it will be available, the other strands will be there to comb the hair. Similarly, if you can just look at here the picture which is depicting here, this is like a comb stick which is aisle, and the other way how we are storing this stock, you can just look at here, like one by one we are storing here in the form of comb. It is means stock kept on one side of the aside, means after one stock we will keep the other stock, next one by one we arrange it in the sequence of a comb. That is the reason we call it as comb type layout. Next one is tree type layout. If you look at here, this is the branch, and these are the, this is the stem, and these are the branches that are available on the both sides of a tree, like stalk this side, the other side, both the sides, like branches that are there on the bark or the stem of a tree, you can see on the both the sides. This is tree type layout where stock is kept on both the sides of the aisle, which is available in the store. And you can even see here selection depends on available space and building layout. So this is depends upon, means which layout you want to go out. You want to go with comb layout or tree layout, depends upon the place or the building or the storehouse or the godown which is available in your building layout. It depends upon that. You will follow whichever type of layout that is useful for your manufacturing concern. And the next is documentation systems. How you are going to store this, about how do you decide the stores management, and how you are going to keep the raw material, how you are going to shape your store house that is available. So here we have stores manual, that is written statement of policies and procedures. So in advance you will write these are the procedures and these are policies that are that have to be followed when you are maintaining the stores. And the advantages are spell out responsibilities and authority, standardize store keeping activities, stimulates new ideas and suggestions, improves and streamlines operation. So what is happening when you are making some document or some state of policies and procedures, it means you are binding some person, you are making them responsible, and you are making very clear, you are reading that these are your responsibilities, this is your authority. How do you standardize store keeping activities? And because of this, new ideas will come, new suggestions will come out of the workers or the employees, whoever is related to this document preparation and the preparation of statement of policies and procedures. Next is stores ledger. So it is a record of stock showing both quantity and value. Now this is main thing where we talk about when you prepare a cost sheet. In the costing, there we talk about materials, overheads and labor. So here labor overhead talks about the wages that has to be paid to the labor. But here in the material, they prepare an account called stores ledger. It's an account who prepares the stores ledger. Here stores ledger means the statement where they will write all the details or they document all the details of the stock, whatever they received, when did they received. Either they will prepare monthly or quarterly or every month or every day they prepare it, that whatever raw material they received or purchased and how this raw material is issued, that is called stores ledger. Stores ledger means it is a document, it's an account we call it as, in which receipts and issues, whatever purchases of raw material and material issued to the factory is been recorded. So what are its key features? Its key features are it shows receipts, consumption and balance. That's what it is. Whatever we receive, whatever we issue, what are the leftover balance, that will be shown, and maintained by cost accountant or stores office. So who will maintain the stores ledger account? It is maintained by the cost accountant or the respective person, whoever is assigned that duty of maintaining the stores ledger account. Next is all transactions posted as they occur, and detailed information on materials can be loose leaves or card types also. They are called bin cards. We call it a bin card system. Under bin card system, they prepare this stores ledger also. Next, see, this is what is bin card system. So here what is a bin card? Maintained by the stores manager to track materials movements. So whatever, how the material movement is taking place in the organization, who is maintaining, who is the stores manager, how they are making the tracking of the raw material, that is called bin card. Bin card maintained by stores manager to track materials movements. Now records information. What does this bin card records? This bin card records quantities received and quantities issued, current balance, material awaiting inspection, supplier names, and also unit cost of items, total inventory value. These are the different types of information that are being recorded in the bin card. And what are its key characteristics? They are posted before transaction occur, record actual material movements, attached to storage bins, updated immediately upon issue, and quantity focused, not value. They never focus on the value, they focus only on the quantity. Whereas in stores ledger, they focus both the things, that is value as well as the quantity. But in bin card, they never focus on the value, they focus only on the whatever the quantity that has been issued before the transaction takes place. Now, what are the performance? How do you value these performance metrics? So, these performance metrics are based on stores efficiency index. This has been calculated by number of requisitions delivered on time divided by total number of requisitions. And storage loss index is defined as, or it's a ratio or is to be divided between value of inventory lot, that is deterioration, obsolescence and pilferage, divided by average value of inventory. Next is obsolescence index. Under this, value of non-moving items divided by total inventory value. Next one is space utilization index, and it is been formula given by is area used for storage divided by total storage area available. Next is subjective measurement factors. In addition to the quantitative metrics, stores efficiency is also measured through subjective assessment. So, in that we have stock out situations, non-moving items, record checking, housekeeping, material handling and overall efficiency. What are the three ways to conduct stock verification? So, the first way is fixed periodic inventory method, that is frequency once a year it is done, usually within a financial year, and advantages is ideal for seasonal business. There are certain seasonal business, example the umbrellas comes under only in the rainy season, and like woolen jackets, woolen apparels, woolen wear comes in the winter season. These are the seasonal business which comes only in that particular season. And the disadvantages is requires production shutdown, major task in short time and interrupts operations. Next is continuous or perpetual inventory method. Here continuous it is done, that is 1 by 52 of items weekly. Advantage is no production shutdown needed and orderly and relaxed counting, detects discrepancies early, efficient personal utilization. And the next method is low point inventory method, when a stock is lowest, and it advantages minimizes time required and disadvantages irregular schedule or peaks workload. Next come the systematic material management. Here it is defined as the code names or numbers used for identification and reference of stock articles. How to identify them? We give some certain number of code or certain number of number to identify the material. Like we have post code, pin code numbers, we have postal codes, we use it. We use telephone number. How do you identify? This number means it belongs to the particular person. So, the person contact is been identified with the help of their telephone numbers. So, these are the advantages of systematic material management. And the four key principles are consistency, comprehensiveness and mutual existence, and simplicity. Classification based on nature, that is raw materials, components and consumable stores, spare parts, finished goods, hardware, motors, gearbox and KCD box. Next come the standardization, levels of standardization and its things, and key advantages that comes reduces the inventory items. And the process and benefits, here we define reducing unnecessary varieties and standardizing to the most economical sizes, grades, shapes, colors and types of parts, etc. And these are the different steps of process that goes into the material stores management. These are the key aways what we take. So, the overall summary of this is stores management is essential for receiving, protecting and issuing materials efficiently. That is, and we have different sections of accounting like receiving, storage, accounting and issue. And also here we follow this standardization and simplification which reduce cost and improve efficiency. This is what we understood today with the help of stores management. Thank you all.